Hey, I'd like to welcome you to another episode of Mission Matters Innovation, your source for everything innovation. My name is Adam Torres. You can find me on Instagram at AskAdamTorres to keep up with my book releases, book tour schedule, all that good stuff. Always love to connect with you there. And as always, if you'd like to apply to become a co-author of one of my upcoming books, just head on over to the website, moneymatterstoptips.com, and click on Become an Author to apply. All right, so today I have Matt Leiv on the show, and he is a Senior Director of Business Development over at Expert System. Matt, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks a lot, Adam. Happy to be here.
So excited to get into innovation and technology and what excites you right now at the moment. But before we do that, let's just get a little bit further into the company. So first, tell us a little bit more about Expert System, please.
Yeah, absolutely. So long story short, we are the number one pure play for cognitive AI in the world. We compete with all the biggest names out there. But instead of being a traditional, startup with some different rounds of funding, we actually have a 30-year company history. The last 20 years of that has been into cognitive AI, and our system is based upon very, very rich knowledge graph technology. And we are the only ones in the world that have the capabilities that we do, working with biggest governments in the world and the biggest companies in the world, changing the world. It's amazing.
Let's kind of start off with defining what your vision of AI is, and because I think sometimes when we have these discussions about AI, there's always some miscommunication from the public of what it is, what it can do, what it can't do, like innovations, the robots. Just like we're not past it. I think in the next couple of years we'll be past that common perception. But let's just start there.
Yeah, well, it's not Skynet from Terminator. It's not taking over the world, and that's one of the probably most common questions I get from someone who's not very familiar with it. Mm-hmm. Oh, so you're working with like Skynet? Like, no, it's nothing. I've literally got that question dozens of times.
Can you start telling people yes? Can you start just telling people yes? That's what I do. No, don't.
Yeah. I'm gonna start wearing a Terminator T-shirt when I go into meetings. No, but so that's a great question. AI is really rudimentary. It's software, right? It's a type of software, and there's a lot of things go into AI. There's a lot of different aspects. You've got machine learning, you've got deep learning, you've got neural net, you've got cognitive. What we do specifically is natural language understanding, meaning our technology understands text the same way that people do. So you can do a lot of things with that, or you also have robotic process automation. So there's a lot of things you can do with that, but we're talking about software that completes basic tasks. That's it. So it's really cool. It's absolutely changing the world. It can do incredible, amazing things that humans can't do, and we can do it more accurately, but it's not taking over the world or doing anything crazy like that. And there's really a lot of different aspects, and it's like just saying software in general. When someone says AI, it's like saying a specific type of software. There's so many different branches and so many different applications. It's not just, one, thing that you plug in and makes magic. It doesn't work like that.
Love it. Let's go further down the path of what you do. So natural language understanding and then the capabilities of that.
Yeah, absolutely. So I think a couple really, really easy cases for anyone to understand who knows absolutely nothing about artificial intelligence whatsoever. We've got last year one of the largest insurance companies in the world. They have 4 million emails a year that they get from customers, right? Just a basic customer request, whatever it might be. So that's 4 million a year. And we took over 2/3 of that, about 70%, 100% automated. No one ever has to touch it. And then about 30% are actually now touched. So you can imagine the implications for a company.
Unbelievable. You said 3 millions of emails are literally being answered, and how much, oh my gosh, man hours are saved. Unbelievable.
Yeah, so they saved instantly 5 million a year, first year of implementation. And now all those people who are sitting there, who wants to sit there doing emails all day long? Like, that's a nightmare. Nobody signs up for a job to do email all day. Like, internships don't even do that anymore. But here we've got thousands of people employed in these positions that, they've got a bunch of responsibilities and they end up doing email all day. So now they can actually go do their jobs. So that's one of the other things. We call it human augmentation, right? We're allowing people to do what they're good at I mean, you might be good at reading emails and responding, but what are you really good at? What are your unique skills? What are you hired for? So we call it human augmentation. We allow people to go back to work on what they're actually hired for.
Man, that's amazing. I love it. What do you see kind of next on the horizon for your niche? So natural language understanding. So what's next? What excites you about technology that progresses in your area?
Everything. What doesn't excite me? I mean, for example, I got into technology for a couple of reasons. One being it's always there. It's an industry that's always going to be there. It's never going to go away. The other being it's very responsive. There's a lot of change, very dynamic, so it's not something that, I like a lot of activity, a lot of things going on. It's never going to get old. And with AI, it's that to the 10th power. Like in the last year, AI has had about a decade worth of development. So we're looking at, we're expanding within major corporations to include all other types of processes. For example, we're working with insurance regulation in the United States with different state governments to automate and speed up all of the insurance regulation processes. So instead of, the typical government taking days or weeks or, heaven forbid, months to respond to different things, we're going to speed that process up. So we're talking about days and minutes instead of weeks and months. So it's just going to, it's going to revolutionize, the entire world, how data is handled. It's amazing. I mean, this is literally cutting edge, changing the world technology for the better.
Man, I love this.
So, of course,
it is exciting.
That's what excites me. Yeah, that's what excites me. We're changing the world.
literally, I love it. And at a faster pace. And that thing that you just mentioned about, saving a company $5 million, obviously for all the business owners, entrepreneurs, executives, big companies right now, you get their attention with that. They're like, okay, we get, you get millions of emails. If you can cut some of that down, save $5 million, you have their attention there. But I like that you brought it back to that higher purpose of really allowing the people that are in those roles to do their jobs. And when that was typically going to be like something that may have been burdensome, you could literally put up hours and hours of their life and work to be able to focus on the higher skilled tasks that they can be doing. So I love it. I mean, it's a win-win, in my opinion, on all different sides. So final two questions, Matt. So number one, if somebody's listening to this, and question number one, if listening to this and they want more information, what are the type of companies that you typically work with, or that are a good fit / niche? Number one. Number two, how do those companies reach out to you? What's the best way for them to follow up?
We work with Fortune 500 size enterprises, but we are starting to target and work with mid-market as well, because it's been highly underserved, and with the massive advancement of AI and just the last year, it's becoming more and more affordable. So now we are starting to work with mid-tier companies as well. And the easiest place to find this is onlineexpertsystem.com. And if they're looking for me personally, it'd be LinkedIn, and the tag at the end is the-artificial intelligence-expert, and that's at LinkedIn. And that's the way companies are finding us, is online and through LinkedIn, as well as we've been ranked on Gartner and Forrester for the last umpteen years in a row. So anyone that's like, hey, I just want to speak to the top companies in AI, then we're ranked at all the best places and all the biggest places as well. So we've got a lot of interest, and we actually have literally dream position. We have more requests than we possibly keep up with at this time already.
Absolutely amazing. I love it. Well, hey, Matt, really appreciate you coming on the show today and sharing more about all the great work that you're doing. It's been awesome catching up with you and learning more about the company also. And to the audience, as always, thank you for tuning in. Keep on tuning in. Subscribe. Without you, there's no show. So really appreciate that. Leave us some comments in the comment section if you're watching this on our YouTube channel. Love to continue the dialogue there. Don't let the dialogue stop here with the end of this episode. I want to hear what your thoughts on AI in the future are also. And Matt, thanks again for coming on the show.
Thanks, Adam. Happy to have been here.